Mephibosheth is one of the most overlooked people in the Bible, but his life is a powerful picture of God's grace. He was the grandson of King Saul and the son of Jonathan, David's best friend. When Saul and Jonathan were killed in battle, the dynasty collapsed. In the chaos, Mephibosheth's nurse tried to flee with him, but she dropped the boy and he became crippled in both feet. From that point on, he lived as an outcast, forgotten, and unable to care for himself. Years later, when David was firmly established as king, he remembered the covenant he made with Jonathan. In 2 Samuel 9:1, David asks, "Is there still anyone left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" His servants told him about Mephibosheth, who was living in poverty in a place called Lo Debar, which means no pasture. It was a barren land, and that's where the grandson of the former king was hiding. David had Mephibosheth brought to him. Imagine the fear he must have felt. In those days, a new king usually killed off the family of the old king to prevent any claim to the throne. Mephibosheth bowed low before David, calling himself a servant. But instead of judgment, David said, "Do not fear, for I will show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan, and I will restore to you all the land of Saul your father, and you shall eat at my table always." It was unthinkable. A crippled man, the grandson of David's enemy, was given honor and treated like one of the king's own sons. Mephibosheth even said in humility, "What is your servant, that you should show regard for a dead dog such as I?" Yet David's kindness never wavered. He commanded his servants to farm the land for Mephibosheth and provide for him, while he himself would always have a seat at the king's table. The story of Mephibosheth is not just history, it is a picture of the gospel. Like him, we are broken, unable to save ourselves, and by nature, enemies of the king. Yet because of a covenant made through Jesus Christ, God shows us mercy. He restores us, adopts us into his family, and gives us a seat at his table. Mephibosheth's name may be hard to pronounce, but his story is unforgettable. It shows us that God's grace reaches even to the forgotten, the crippled, and the unworthy. It is not about what we deserve, but about the kindness of the King. If you enjoyed learning about the Bible, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about what story you want to see next.